Greetings there, fellow scrappers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts. Episode 3, Getting Lucky, Hitting Paydirt. Let's see about restoring the doors. And as you can see, the restoration's a bit faster. A lot faster. Because we're using tools. Oh, and now we're up to repair 6. We're getting better. We're getting empowered. We're in a good mood. We're cooking with gas now. All right, let's restore the other door. This one is in rough shape, but that just means that there's more profit to be had when it's fixed up full. And afterwards, we will buy the parts needed for the nav console, and then probably power up the nav console to see what's going on with it before hawking it. And our friction welder that we're using to repair this door, as you can see, the charge is going down. So it's about a little over 50% charged. But that's fine because we have a Haverson battery charger here that we can install and buy a spare battery so that we already always have a full battery to hot swap to. So that's how to tell which tools are being used. You could just look at the charge level. So like right now I'm using the welder, but eventually when I'm uninstalling or fixing electronics, I'll be using the drill and the soldering iron. Additionally, I don't really need the screwdriver as long as I have the drill powered on. The reason to have like a hand tool that doesn't have power is if you ever run out of battery power and you're like screwed, having a manual tool can be nice. So this is an example of the proximity sensor flipping out because some other ship is docking with K-Leg. Doesn't affect me really one way or another. I don't really care. It's not going to hit me. Just letting you know. All right, so selling this door at 833. Let's go ahead and buy a spare red battery. Because they're not very expensive. So, 63 bucks for a spare battery. And if we want to hot swap the battery out, just like that. So there's the new battery in the welder, so the welder's fully powered, because the old battery was down to 27%. So what I'm going to do next is install the battery charger so that we can use it when repairing things, or when charging our tools, rather. God, this is such a hunk of junk. I will I'll install it here. It's kind of in the way, but it's fine. And now we're using the drill to install. So if we want to charge up the old battery, we just right-click on the battery charger. Go to the inventory. And there it is. Drag the battery into the inventory. And now the welder battery will charge off of our ship battery. In the game, oxygen is expensive, nitrogen is pretty cheap, and electricity is damn near free. It's very, very, very inexpensive to fill up batteries. Power is no problem. It's oxygen, which is really, you know, the bottleneck for like keeping you alive. And yet another door. All right, so we're up to 2,400. So, repairing this thing. We are grabbing the needed parts from around our ship because some of the needed parts to repair the nav was actually here on our boat, loose. And then the rest of the stuff I'm grabbing. I really don't know where I'm stealing it? From this bin? I'll probably buy one. I'm not really into theft. It was probably the heatsink that we were grabbing from there. So let me just go buy a scrapped heatsink. Piracy, it's pretty easy to get away with like stealing stuff in this game, and it makes the difficulty easy. So I'm not going to do a lot of theft. All right, so I did just buy a heatsink, and we need a screen and a motherboard, 5 small electronic parts, and scrap steel. So we have the scrap steel, we have 2 of the small electronic parts. All right, let's install this charger. Nope, come back here. I want to free up some space in my inventory so that I can buy the parts I need, but my character's like ignoring me. All right, so install this battery charger. No, cut it out, don't move. Cancel this task. We'll buy the rest of the things soon. Wow, my character is ignoring me entirely. Come on, man. There we go. How old is Yoda, my co-pilot? He is 13. All right, so there's the other battery charger. Sweet. So then, in repairing this, we'll need to buy a screen, which can be expensive, 2 electronic parts, and a motherboard. So let's try to buy it from the scrap dealer, or the crap dealer in this case. 300 for the screen, motherboard, and 2 electronic parts. So paid $350 for that. Oh, how is he? Sorry, I misread. He's good. And now that we have all the parts, we can deliver it to the nav and then start repairing it. So when parts are fully broken, when components are fully broken, they'll need replacement parts to fix it back up to like used or worn out condition. And then if they aren't broken, then you can restore them up to 100%. So repairing this is like a 2-step process where we have to fix the broken components and then we like spit polish it. And somehow or another my airlock closed again. So anything that is damaged on our boat will follow roughly the same pattern where when it's damaged, it needs replacement components to be able to be fixed. And ideally, those replacement components should come from derelicts, right? Like, I don't want to be buying parts from here on out. Oh my god, stop docking. Because if I can get free parts from space, that's, well, it's free. Its profit margin's a lot better. So, oh my god! Who is parking and doesn't know how to park? Okay, this is... You know how I was saying there's isolated incidents where you just don't want a proximity alarm? Yeah, shut up, alarm. Yeah, okay. So, the nav station is now repaired. And what I want to do is install it to, like, check out what's on it before we restore it. The other thing I could do is this turbo air pump. All right, here we go. I could turn into my N2 pump. So, use... Oh, I can't even walk there. Good job, me. Maybe I'll just repair it. I should have rotated it 90 degrees. That's my bad. How's the charge over tools holding up? So repairing this thing is not a friction welder. It's an electrical thing. So it is a soldering iron and a drill. And chat, yeah, will totally remind me to turn that proximity alarm back on before I leave. Or otherwise, pancake, and that death count climbs to 1. I'm pretty good about not dying in this game. Barring any, like, accidents, they're really not my fault. The other thing is, if there is interesting data on this nav station, I will still, when I sell it, I'll be able to, like, be paid for that info. So it's not that important that I like strip it of its info. So I'm just going to sell it as is. But here's the payoff, right? I bought like a few $100s worth of parts. I'm selling it for 4K. 4.4. Not bad. It almost pays for the license that I bought, the 5K license. All right. There's some junk on this ship that I might want to, oh my god, there's just, everything is so trashed. There's some junk on the ship that I might want to just get rid of. Like, literally, there's trash on the ground. So I'm going to be collecting, oh, the trash. Yeah, I'll be collecting trash. And stuff like scrap aluminum. What I can do is the useful repair stuff I'll put in the airlock so that I have access to it. So collecting spare components and the like for repairs. Drill's at 80, soldering iron's at 80. Oh yeah, I don't really need to charge the drill with soldering iron. These are dirty cloths, more dirty cloths. And a patch for hull or floor. Down here, scrap carbon fiber, which I don't have free room for. So just trying to tidy up the ship a little bit so I can have more room for important things, you know, salvage things. We have, oh god, this ship is quite the fixer-upper. I'm actually kind of excited about how broken it is. I'm weird like that. So, recycling the trash. Done. Pay me $1. I'm not planning on taking any gigs, but if you wanted to take gigs where you're paid for work, here's the gig nexus. So being, oh great, so many stickers. Being a courier, doing a security recon. Some of these, the ones that really have radically high payouts, require me to go elsewhere in the solar system, which my ship is not capable of. So the payouts look amazing, but they're literally impossible to do. So it's moot. Because I don't have a fusion reactor installed on my ship. Alright, topping up my batteries. So as you can see, it's like $2 to top up my batteries. It's really, really, really cheap. I do have 6,500 in cash. Question is, should I buy... Should I leave to go salvage? Yes or no? So yes or no, fix more of the ship. So generally speaking, what I like to do is I like to fix the ship when I'm in transit between two zones, because otherwise it's dead time. But there's an argument to be made that this ship is like super freaking broken. And I might want to do some more fix-ups now. But I'm fine either way. As long as I have an active transponder and antenna and like a thruster, it's fine. Now the other thing I wanted to do is to buy a little bit of food. And then maybe buy a, maybe buy like a water bottle. So I'm gonna buy 2 fake Kung Pao chickens. And a, oh, you know what? I'll buy a drink pouch. It's expensive, but like food and water is kind of necessary. So now I have a little bit of food, a little bit of water. And the other thing is I'm going to close the doors and airlocks. So, you know, I don't like kill everyone on the station. And then turn on my proximity alarm back on, because, you know, I don't want to slam into things at 1,000,000 miles an hour and die. Who would have thought I don't like death? Alright, so the doors are closed. Yeah, I think that's all I really need to do besides the prox alarm. And we're going to go salvage. So proximity alarm is back on. Now, there are ways to sort of suss out where the like really nice salvage is, but I don't want to like do any of that. Let's just go here. One of the advantages of going to clustered salvage is if one's a bust, there will be others. So I'm going to change the tracking mode to target. Why isn't it letting me? What? Oh, tracking mode off. Actually, I like to be able to pan. Oh God, I like to be able to pan my map. So let's go here. These two ships are like next to one another, so if one sucks, there's always another one. And hail ship. Oh, wrong ship. No. We want to hail K-Leg. And release clamps. Also, I can pay my mortgage. When we made enough money, that's fine. There we go. I was like, where am I? Oh, it ejected me in a weird angle. That's fine. So I need to get clear of K-Leg before I do a transfer burn to the Derelict. In that case, let's go to this Derelict, because there's nothing in our way. We can go straight there. So bearing near 0, cross velocity near 0. Reduce my throttle a bit, because I no longer have all that legit salvage that I had just a moment ago. Do a relative velocity burn of about 150. 150 is just a nice Goldilocks zone of like, you'll have enough time to react to be able to like throw on the brakes before you hit it. And then, oh my God, what do we restore? I have no idea. Oh, dear Lord. Restore our thruster assembler, this one. Essentially, what you want to do is you want to restore things before they fully break. So, like this thruster assembly, for instance, is actually, it's really not that close to its breaking threshold. But what you want to do is you want to essentially fix things before they break and require replacement parts to get back in working order. And this thruster is like pretty worn out. So I figured the thruster assembly is a good one. With the proximity alarm back on, I can fast forward time, and the game will warn me once I'm within 5k of my target. What's the, Yeah, okay. We'll just create a manual save. I'm going to drop my food and water on the ground to free up space. I'm also going to drop my screwdriver on the ground. Same reason. And that thruster assembly looks golden. Let's restore the other one. So what it could do is it could always say auto task. Auto task is basically like, hey, AI, you pick what to do. The reason I'm not auto tasking is there is some things that should get restored before others. So in doing it myself, I can give priorities here. So we go. We are with 4 kilometers away from target. Hailing it for the Derelict boarding procedure. And then coming on in. This other proximity alarm is the other Derelict that's close by. If you want to shut that off, you can just clear it and then go back to the comms console. Not a big deal one way or another. Tall Paul, thank you for the resub. Right. Bringing it in. Ease it in. No slamming now. Cool. So I have a dream of legal dreams, and it's a tutorial about open zones. So the zones menu is what I was referencing earlier. You can create barter zones in your ship, where then you can go to the kiosk and automatically sell or buy things to your barter zone, so you don't have to do the manual hauling. I'm going to wait for that until I have, like, stuff to sell, though. All right, so other things to look at. This is a relatively big ship, which is nice. You want to look out for, like, pirates, because early game, pirates can, like, right mess you up quick. Having a crowbar... Wait, where the hell did my crowbar go? I had a crowbar, right? What did I do with it? Well, phooey. I had a crowbar. I don't anymore. Maybe it's in my... Oh, it's in my pressure suit. Yeah, having a crowbar is going to help out a lot. So I'm going to take off my shoes and... overalls. Put them on the ground to free up more space for salvage. A crowbar is not necessarily going to protect you from pirates, but it's like certainly better than nothing. So, yeah. So I've got, I'll put my Viceroys away too. And the Holden patch. Take the work light. Wow, this work light is beat to hell. Toggle it on. And we are ready to go in. Now, keep in mind, I don't have a way to pressurize my cabin with nitrogen, so that might be something to solve pretty early on. With, like, a pump that's literally right here. Interesting. So we have an O2 bottle, a data card. If, oh my god, where's my PDA now? In the hip pocket of this. Of course it is. Alright, if I go over to the data card with my PDA. And use my PDA. I can look at files, and that data card doesn't have files on it, because I would have detected it. Alright, we have some expensive salvage here. We have a suit battery charger, we have a heater, we've got an EVA battery. So I'm going to pick up the EVA battery, I'm going to pick up the core liner, that's an expensive part. The core liner cannot be repaired. What a core liner is for a fusion reactor, in order to contain the radiation of the fusion reactor, it uses these ablative core liners. So they are, they get consumed as you use them, but they are very, very handy to have. I'm also going to take my old permit, the Viceroy bag, pouch, and my Holden patch, and like dump it in this ship because I don't really want it anymore. Good old litter. This O2 bottle is really pressurized and full of oxygen. That might be nice if I end up finding a suit here. The containment scrubber is not a terrible thing to have. I'll grab that and bring that back. Now the heater is a decent sail, but it's in rough condition. It's also worth checking the bins here. So like in this bin, it has a helmet. It has a Bingham EVA helmet and another Bingham battery. Awesome. The helmet is one of the two pieces we would need to have a pressurized suit for us to be able to breathe on these ships. So that is huge. Picking those up. It's also worth probably in this case, picking up some of the random electronic parts and stockpiling parts so that we can repair the things we want to repair. Mechanical parts and steel, so that the broken things on our own ship, we can start to maintain. Because we have a lot of broken things on our own ship. Careful where I place that bottle. Yeah, I don't want to put that bottle underneath a pump and have it go boom. I am aware. All right, so I was sort of building up a supply of random repair parts in my airlock. It's not a great place for it, to be honest, but it's where it's going. So we've got carbon fiber, steel, aluminum, electric parts, so on and so forth. We have 2 Bingham batteries, a Bingham helmet that's damaged. I'm not going to worry about the damaged stuff right now. And before I go back, let's get some new oxygen, because I was slightly asphyxiating. Wasn't quite at the rate of CO2 alarms, but close. Here's a crate, and because I'm a hacker, I can access and hack it. So I'm going to use my PDA to hack the alarm. 5236. Cool. And open it up. Oh, shoot! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got a friggin' suit already. The helmet's broken, but when I fix the helmet, I have a full suit. Hell yeah. That is so good, because those suits are expensive. All right, in order to fix the helmet, I need a motherboard, electronic parts, and mechanical parts. Well, I have electronic parts here and mechanical parts here, so I need to salvage the ship for a motherboard, and then I'll have a working suit. The other thing is, if I have a working suit, I probably should also salvage the battery charger for the suit. So this battery charger over here is a suit battery charger. This thing's broken, and for that, I would need a heatsink, 2 electronic parts, and a motherboard. So I need 2 motherboards. Got it. But let's go ahead and uninstall this thing, because I'm going to want it. Can I get a locker to store my loot? Yes. I will eventually be improving the ship. But that comes later. That doesn't come now. And this suit battery charger already has a battery in it. So I think what I'll do is install it right here. There's an open spot. Boom. All right, so we need motherboards. Basically, when I go into the ship here, I need to be looking for motherboards so that I can start to fix the suit battery charger and fix my suit. Or rather, I guess it's my suit now. But yeah, checking the bins. That was honestly, as far as things go, like one of the best things you could possibly find in a bin, to be honest. Generally speaking, the stuff you find in bins is not like that amazing. I just got lucky. All right, we got another hacksaw, a splint, more mechanical parts, and dirty cloths. What about the other one? More mechanical parts. So I have a full stack of mechanical parts. I probably don't need more than 20 for now. More scrap aluminum. And then... why does it keep hiding the bin? Scrap steel. Here's electrical parts. We have a door that I am going to uninstall because there's a lot of stuff on the other side. And it is broken and unpowered, so I need to uninstall it to be able to open it up. Come on, into the bin before you asphyxiate. Some more scrap aluminum, scrap steel, carbon fiber. Mech parts. I'll take the electric parts. I'll take the carbon fiber, so we have a lot of carbon fiber now. This was like a storage bay of sorts. And there. We are good. There's an O2 alarm. I'm not going to worry about the... I think what I want to do is I want to try to repair my suit before I start uninstalling things on this ship. Because once I have a working pressure... a working Bingham suit, uninstalling stuff is going to be just a lot easier to do. So it's benefits me to just wait for now. So we're still looking for the motherboards. If I tasked my character to repair the helmet, I would auto seek out motherboards on this ship, but I'd rather go systematically. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Yep. Hell yeah. This thing has a reactor core with a bunch of reactor core components. That is going to be money. But again, for now, I am seeking out a PDA that is locked, which I can hack for data. We have replacement floorboards. Broken thrusters. When I found the ablative liner, I figured there might be a reactor here because there's not a lot of reason to have an ablative liner without reactors. They kind of go hand in hand. So here's a spare screen. What was the other thing? We needed heatsink? Was it? I don't see any heat sinks here. I do see a toolbox. And crates. We're getting a little bit far from our oxygenated environment here, though. That I might need to turn back soon. Motors. I should probably have some motors. Take a motor. Again, I'm fixing my suit before I do anything else. Suit is first. Suit is going to make everything else a lot easier to do. Which is why suit takes priority. Now the suit, I don't have a CO2 filter for it yet. But I can worry about that later. So, right click, repair. And now we're automatically delivering the motherboard, the electronic part, and the mechanical part needed to repair this thing. So we're going to fetch it and drop it in. And now we can repair the EVA helmet. And then right-click restore, because I don't want a helmet that's about to break, separating me from the vacuum of space. And restore that helmet up to good. And I'll do the same on the EVA suit. All right. All of my junk here, I can drop. Wow, I have a lot of mechanical parts. And then the PDA I'm going to put down and hack. Unlocking it. Using my hacking skill. And then let's use it and see if there's like anything sexy on it. Files. So once it's hacked, you can so there was a crypto token and some other files on it. You can move those files over to your PDA and sell those files, or you can just sell the PDA. In this case, I'm just going to sell the PDA. It's easier. All right, so we have the suit that needs restoration. Oh, also, before I forget, the Bingham batteries. This Bingham battery is in really good shape. So this Bingham battery can be immediately used. But the other battery charger is going to need some love as well. This battery charger is broken. And I just queued up. I don't think we have a heatsink. There was a heatsink like floating out in space over there, but I'm not going to be able to fully repair this thing right now, so I'm going to cancel the task and do it later. I think my character was about to go space himself, so I'm glad I intervened. All right, let's continue repairing restoring rather, the EVA suit. And then I'm going to take off my pressure suit, put it on the ground, grab the helmet, grab the EVA suit. I don't need the work light because my suit will have a light. And then in my suit, we have a bottle compartment for oxygen. We have a CO2 filter. We have a clip point, which I can use for like the crowbar. And then we have the battery compartment. The battery goes in the battery. And then my oxygen bottle that I had goes in the aux slot. Now, I don't have a CO2 filter, but even still, this is going to be leagues better than my pressure suit. All right, next up, helmet on and going ashore. So now I can work in here a lot longer because I'm breathing through my suit. It will build up CO2 because I don't have a CO2 filter. So that's another thing to look for while I'm in and around here. Now, some of these bins I'm going to open up again. So I'm going to try to remember where I've been and not to open up the same bin twice. There's an N2 alarm. There's a O2 tank. So what I'm looking for at this point is I am looking for a heatsink. And then, oh, the nav station's here. Nice, found the nav station. And then what I want to do is I want to strip this ship of its useful components and bring the useful components back to port to sell after we're restoring them. Trying to make more money. Everything about money. CO2 filters are relatively cheap, so if I have to buy a CO2 filter, that's not much of a problem. So in here we have it's a functional transponder. All right, we can try to uninstall that, but they almost always break by design. Yeah, look at that, it broke. All right, nav station. If I go to repair, I will auto fetch the items needed to repair it. Oh my God, going everywhere. And we'll have another nav station to sell. And there's a lot more of this that I have not really searched yet. So don't worry, I'm not pulling up stakes and leaving anytime soon. Okay, uninstall. The other thing I could do is to flip this battery around and try to power up the ship a bit. It's a useful trick. to use any of the batteries that are on a derelict ship that has charge to illuminate the ship essentially for free. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow space scrappers.